Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, January 17. Legislation will be taken to Parliament next week to support government's bid to retake the Venezuelan government's 49% share in Petrojam. The shares are owned by PDV Caribe, an affiliate of Venezuela's state oil refinery, PDVSA. Attorney General Marlene Malahou Fort told members of the House of Representatives on Tuesday that Cabinet's Legislation Committee had reviewed the act to provide for the compulsory acquisition of the shares held by PDV Caribe in Petrojam and for connected matters.
Jamaica remains open to an amicable solution, but the decision is taken in the national interest and for energy security, among other reasons. The law, Mr. Speaker, is of specific application to the shares in PDV. It is not a law of general application. And when it is debated, tabled and debated, it will be made manifestly clear.
Mrs. Malahou Fort also addressed Jamaica's decision to support an Organization of American States, OAS, resolution to not recognize the legitimacy of Nicolas Maduro's second term as president of Venezuela. She argued that the content of the resolution was consistent with one adopted by the OAS General Assembly in June 2018. The Attorney General added that the vote was in line with Jamaica's belief in non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries, the rule of law, respect for human rights, and democracy.
Jamaica continues to support these principles, Mr. Speaker. We continue to maintain the hope that dialogue will take place amongst the parties, consistent with our position that the people of Venezuela should have the opportunity to resolve their various issues through dialogue at the national level.
More than 6,000 residents in the Taylorland community in East Rural St. Andrew now have easier access to their homes following the opening of a driving bridge on Monday. Member of Parliament for the area, Juliet Holness, says the new infrastructure is beneficial to the community as it will lessen the travel time for residents. The 50-foot bridge replaces the previous one, which served the area for more than 45 years. It is one of several that the National Works Agency, NWA, bought from China recently. Director of Technical Services at the NWA, Roger Smith, says the other bridges are being deployed at designated sites across the island.
We have imported 8 bridges into the island, and they are to be constructed throughout the length and breadth of the island. Some are actually under construction now, 5 of them, and to a value of approximately $100 million in construction costs.
Bridges will be erected at Chesterfield and Barracks in St. Mary, as well as Southwood in Clarendon. The Education Ministry has launched a project to transform school libraries into digital platforms. The ELibrary Project is being implemented in collaboration with the La Sierra University in California. Students will get access to thousands of current textbooks and more than 100 instructional videos by plugging in a free preloaded flash drive into their computers and uploading the software. It means they will have access to information from their personal devices, both on and off school campuses.
This is another way of extending the library beyond brick and mortar structures and literally bringing the library into the schools.
At this week's launch, the software was given to the Education Ministry regional officers who will be sharing it with schools in the coming weeks. 140 buyers are expected to travel to Jamaica later this month for the 37th Caribbean Travel Marketplace. This will be the largest number of buyers in the event's history since its inception in 2012. The Caribbean Travel Marketplace is the region's largest marketing event. It will take place from January 29 to 31 at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says the buyers are now in the process of finalizing their accommodation arrangements for the event.
For the first time, we will have major representation from China and India, which represents 2 of the largest potential travel markets. The truth is that today, China is the largest outbound destination.
The travel marketplace brings together hotel and destination representatives, wholesalers and tour operators, and online travel agencies, among other stakeholders. Hundreds of regional tourism stakeholders and delegates from at least 24 Caribbean destinations will be in attendance. The event is produced by the Caribbean Hotel and Tourist Association, with the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association collaborating on this year's planning. And finally, the 5 finalists in the Houses of Parliament design competition made their final presentations this week as they vie for the top design. Using a 3D prototype, the teams demonstrated the functionality of their proposed Parliament buildings and the surrounding space in the National Heroes Park. The presentations were done over the last 3 days. The 7-member jury, led by Chairman Martin Raymond, will continue deliberation until Friday, when they will submit their final report.
They've had a chance to elaborate the design, to elaborate the scheme, and to show it at its best. They've also prepared models and comprehensive reports. So we're looking at all of those, and then we discuss and we debate and we consider the various qualities and the different opportunities that have been taken in making our decision.
The 3D designs for the new Houses of Parliament building will go on display shortly for public viewing. Votes will be accepted to decide the People's Choice Award. Final announcement of the winning design for the new Parliament building will be in March. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.